Alright, and you know I gotta do this.
Ah.
Alright, and you know I gotta do this.
Ah.
Why do I do that every single time? I don't know. Anyway, hello everybody. So, if you've been... So I'm currently playing a try challenge. If you've been keeping up with my streams over the last little bit, I have been grinding second half consistency on Bloodlust, and that is all fun and good, yes, but I've barely done anything from 0, and by that I mean my best is still 13%. So we're gonna change that. So, let me just toss this over here. So we're gonna get into this, and right away you're gonna notice why I have been struggling to make progress on this level. The Bloodlust first ship. Now I get that this works as sort of like a filler bit before, or like a way to weed out the bad players. But it's frustrating when you're a good player and you're still struggling to make it past this. But again, Bloodlust is just consistency. And there's the other thing, the wave is a little bit stupid, but yeah. So goal for this stream is to get 30 from the beginning. I do not know if that will be attained this stream, but you know, figured I might as well actually like try to give the illusion that I'm trying to make progress from 0. I don't know how elusive that will be, but hey Clamps, what's up? Yeah, you're gonna, just as a warning, you're gonna be seeing a lot of this. Because, unfortunately, Bloodlust just has a bit of a frustrating beginning. Which, you know, it's a remake of Bloodbath, so I guess that is fitting. What's your hardest? Plasma Pulse Finale. So... I beat the second hardest demon when I returned to the game in 2018. Like, I beat the second hardest demon... What was the second hardest demon when I returned to the game in 2018, so it feels fitting for me to do the only level that surpassed it as well. Also, this level just has so much aura as a hardest. Nice, thank you. And the funny thing is, I just like completely slopped Plasma Pulse Finale when I went for it. Like I beat that in a month and a half, despite my previous hardest being EXO. I beat it in a month and a half and 7,000 attempts. So, you know, actually, a just unbelievable lock-in. I know it may not look like it, but I actually am good at the game. At least it's a new best. Stupid death, but at least it's a new best. So, you know, there's that. Yeah, now I'm... Yeah, unfortunately that was followed by a massive slump, which is why it took me so long to go from PPF to this. It took me 14 months... Not 14 months. What am I thinking? Being in extreme less than 10k times, the best players can reliably pretty reliably beat easy extremes in under 1,000, but I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, as I was saying, unfortunately took me 6.5 months to beat the Technology Trilogy, which I'd say was only about half my fault. I just continuously had things come up in my personal life, and I just had to keep taking breaks, which was unfortunate, but, you know, I got past it, so. At least Cybernetic was a good experience that I am happy with. Also because I somehow locked in even more on Cybernetic. Like, I died past Devon one time. I died at Heinz at 87, and then beat it the literal next attempt. So my goal is Namtar. I'll start putting the percentage from 0 once I get to Michigan. Speak of the devil. What? All right. Okay, I have 32 on Bloodlust. It's pretty cool, I guess. Oh god, that was a massive fluke, though. Like I fluked all of Michigan, and I fluked all of Evasium. So, but I have Bloodlust in 3 runs, I guess. Alright, and now I can actually justify putting my progress from 0 in the title. Sorry about this. This happens literally every single time I get like a substantial new best on a level. But yeah, I was hoping I would make it a little bit more into to crack or Namtar, but we take 32. I'm still playing from 0 though. I at least want to make it back to Michigan. So I apologize if I am back to being terrible again. But you know, I will. I'm doing my best. Less than 3K attempts. Honestly, I'm not that surprised. Like if you're good at like learning, if you're good at learning gameplay, and if you're already pretty skilled, you can beat Niwa in like 8.5 attempts. But yeah, less than 3K, that is very good. Alright, so what should my goal now be? Thanks, but you gotta go. No worries. Do what you need to do. Jimid off. Level requests are off. I'll take a look at it after the stream. I'll say go at 30, why not? You know what, since I got my main goal for the day done a lot earlier than I thought, there's no harm in me taking a look at it. But again, I'm only doing this because my goal for the day was done in like 10 minutes. Is this it? Okay. What the hell is this? Is this like... This is just exasperation. That's all this is. This is exasperation. I'm sorry, I know this is the goal, but this is one of the dumbest levels I've ever played. Practice, alright. But just because I am feeling generous. Auto retry active. Okay, that was actually, like, sort of creative, I'll give you that. Oh, okay, I see. I gotta get back to Bloodlust. It's creative. I will admit that it is at least as creative as an exasperation level can be, but yeah, if you want to continue creating, which I highly suggest if you want to, don't take inspiration from exasperation. That's the best advice I can give you. Yeah. Now that I've done that, like I only saw black and white for like 5 minutes there, so now it's seeing this like very bright red again is interesting. Hard, love my level. It's interesting. Auto retry activate. Relage. I don't know what that means. Yes, back to this, and hopefully I get back to Michigan again this stream. That would be nice. Maybe I'll make it a little bit farther into Namtar if I get there again, or maybe I'll die at Michigan. Who knows? Although that was insanely lucky. Like me, I don't think you understand how lucky that is unless you've actually like played Bloodlust yourself. Like to have fluked arguably 2 of the 3 hardest parts of the level is nuts. Especially considering I keep dying at things like this. What will your reaction be if you beat it? My mom will probably get involved in some way because I tend to react really, really loudly when I beat like new artists. So she'll probably come in and say she's proud of me, but to keep the noise down. Hey Clippy, what's up? So yeah, all I know is that it will probably be loud enough to where she will get involved in some way. Oh, I know. I have auto retry off because mobile player habit. As I've explained many, many times over the last week or so. But like, look at my icon set and look at look at my hardest progression and look at my favorite levels. Nothing about the way I play this game is normal. Okay, yeah, go, yeah, do what you need to do. And also, yes, I do like your level. Bruh. Okay, that's a lot of emojis, but yeah, I'll. Anyway. Use wooding? Nah. Don't need to. The way I see it, there is a very specific skill cap of like native 240 and mouse, and I am nowhere near that skill cap yet. So, might as well continue to push myself with that. Huh? Yeah, I use mouse. I don't know. I've tried to use up arrow before, like when my mouse was broken, and it never really clicked with me. Yeah, it just never clicked with me. Most like when my mouse breaks and like what happened during EXO, most of what I play is just like random like easy demons at like faster speeds and wave spam challenges and really tight ship challenges and stuff like that. I don't tend to go for like actually difficult stuff without mouse. Although at some point I probably should teach myself how to alternate. Okay, bro, that's a new one. What, straight fly? What? Okay, good night. Yeah, good night. Yeah, if I could, I would, get someone to call. Unfortunately, all of the people that I know that would be willing to call are probably not active at this point because, you know, it's a Saturday night and they're actually out doing things with their lives. I do use Geode. Yeah, it's Saturday night, all my friends are out actually doing things with their lives, and I'm here sitting at my computer playing a really hard Geometry Dash level and talking to people on the internet. But you know, this is the life I chose, and now that I'm on summer break, I have a major opportunity to be able to really do what I love, and I don't want to squander that at all. I'm going to have to squander it eventually because, you know, surgery, but... Oh, I think the bugs are starting to get through my window. Give me just a second. Alright, I'll deal with all of you later. really pesky one now, I guess. Anyway. Yeah, that's like the worst part about New Hampshire summers is that there are a lot of bugs, and a lot of them are really attracted to light. So whenever I make the mistake of leaving my curtains open past like 9 p.m., there's always a bunch of them that fly around my room, unfortunately. You would think I would have learned my lesson on that after that happened the night before like a decently big voice final, and I could not sleep until 3 in the morning as a result. But some things I just never learn. First time I've ever died to that, I think. Yeah, at some point I'm gonna get better camera angle, but it probably won't be until I move houses, which hell if I know when that will be. I've died to this ship like 5 times since getting to Namtar. Can I just pass it, please? Even if I die to the ball immediately after, I will still be okay with that. Really? Well, at the very least, this level's not, like, boring to play from the beginning. It's sort of like Black Blizzard, but on a lesser scale, where the first half is just way, way harder, and, like, the first segment of the level is much harder than everything else. But I'm not complaining about that. It makes the attempts that do get there feel a lot more impactful, so... Again. How many times have I died there? Like in that specific ship? Like 12 times in total. Well, no. Yeah, 12 times in total. Can you, like, not... Oh, whatever. Also, I died to 0% and 1% each 19 times this session, which I think is funny. I'm just trying to imagine, like... Is that a bug, or is it appears to just be, like, a lint thing? I'm just trying to imagine, like, baby Master Doge. Not baby, but, like, 10-year-old Master Doge looking at this level and just wondering how anyone could ever beat such an impossible demon. And yeah, and just thinking that like Noble Boy was like the best player in the world. Which, to be fair, I think he got significantly less credit than he deserved for like his playing ability. But like Bloodlust was also a very large jump. I just missed that completely. Bloodlust was also a very large jump. Like I think outside of Bloodlust, he'd like his hardest was, I want to say either Bloodbath or a Thanatos. And when you look at how far apart those are on the AREDL now. Yeah, this is the first live that came up when I searched Bloodlust. Hell yeah. Yeah, like he did try to rectify it by doing Yatagarasu, but then he kind of dropped off the face of the earth for a while. Except to give us all Orochi previews, which like that level has been in like super development hell for like I don't even know how long, 7 years, 8 years. And like the fact that it's still like aimed to be top 1, and keep in mind Bloodlust is now like 220, which is insane. Yeah, Noble Boy's gonna have to do something, something drastic if he wants to improve enough of the game to beat Orochi. Like, that's just going to have to happen. That was doomed anyway. Also, wow, this first ship eats attempts surprisingly quickly. Like, I do not usually get to attempt 101 of a session from 0 within like 10 minutes. But it makes complete sense. Keep dying there. At least I'm making it through the first ship in the wave. Like I've mentioned in my other streams, like everything with this level is an at least. So, and I just have to remember that everything with this level, because it's so unbelievably difficult, everything with this level is an at least. So like, at least I got to Namtar, at least I'm getting consistent with the first wave and ship, at least this, at least that. Although, apparently I am not getting consistent at, I think it's Weoteo's next part. Yeah, if I had better internet, I thought about this a while back. If I had better internet, I would absolutely multi-stream, because like I think that's probably a pretty good way to grow both channels. Because like that's one of the reasons I stopped really using Twitch, is because I barely ever got like anyone in my chat, which, you know, that's kind of the whole point of streaming on Twitch. And also, I just like streaming on YouTube way more. Why is my leg twitching? That's not a good sign. But yeah, I'm probably going to stream for about another half an hour, and then I have to go do something. That's not a good sign. That's also one of the problems with streaming for as short as I do, because like for various reasons I can only stream for about an hour at a time. Like I think I've done one stream that was longer than an hour 30 minutes. It was an exactly 2-hour stream where I did Black Blizzard when I was streaming Black Blizzard, and it didn't even stay as Black Blizzard because like halfway through I switched to beating Thanatophobia, which I did actually beat in that stream. So you know, how do I keep doing that? Let me check. 11 times 8. Jesus Christ. Whatever. We keep going. Sorry if I'm silent, by the way. I've just been in a pretty terrible mood the last week. Which is, again, weird because I'm on summer vacation. That should not be. That should be the exact opposite of what is happening right now. But, you know, just stuff's happening. Okay, so I just remembered this happened like a while ago, like a little bit ago. So I was playing Hypixel Skyblock, and I was mining diamonds for an upgrade to my drill. And then like out of nowhere, this guy in the lobby just goes, like, he says something about, you know, being gay being harmful, which like that is complete bull. So like a bunch of people, including me, all jumped on him at once, and he was just refusing to listen to anyone. Like it was equal parts infuriating, but also like that dude was probably no more than 12 years old, so it was hard to be truly mad. Like, it's just a petulant child. Petulant children all exist all over the internet. Hell, I was a petulant child on the internet once. Don't know how I got an audience in the first place. In case it wasn't obvious, I'm very, very much supportive of LGBTQ. Like they should be able to live their lives as they deserve the right to live their lives as much as the rest of us do. Anyway, that's my political rant of this stream. Just wanted to bring that up. Okay, at least it's not 11%. So I guess we will take that. I wonder if we could ever get like an ending, like a attempt on the stream, because like the stream is like a good 30 seconds delayed from what actually happened. I wonder if we could get an attempt to line up on stream like exactly the same as the attempt after it in real time, like same X and Y values and everything. Like I think that would be, well, maybe not Y values because those are notoriously hard to get exact with ship, but you know what I mean. But yeah, in case you needed proof of how much harder the first half of this is than the second half. Also, I would use the LDM copy, like the one that removes all of the decoration, but I don't like doing that really. Just because I think it means something a little bit more to hear the sound of collecting stars when you beat a level like this. That's the same reason I never beat, and it also just makes it a hassle to try to get onto your profile, especially if you play on mobile. Like, if you play on mobile and you beat something like your hardest demon on like an LDM copy, good luck. Unless you want to go through the pain of beating it twice. Hey, Galactic GD, what's up? Yeah, I have already done a lot of this level, as you no doubt notice, and it is stream 3, and I have just now gotten past 20%, and I've done it once. Actually, no, I've only gotten past 15% once. Yeah, other than that, I'm doing good. Today's a pretty good day, I think. Even despite my terrible mood for the last week, today's a good day. And I feel like streaming, like, when you're in a bad mood is very much a double-edged sword, because, like, a lot of times streaming very much improves my mood. Like, it makes days a lot easier to get through, and that's why I hate not streaming for such long periods of time, because, like, I'm actively not able to do the thing that I love to do. So, like, it's very helpful to, like, do that to get yourself under control. But if something goes wrong, just that little bit wrong during stream, like maybe it's something in the game or something, or like an annoying chatter, not you, don't worry, like an annoying chatter or something about the stream itself going wrong, then it just makes you feel so much worse. And obviously you do not want to be known for having those types of outbursts on screen. But I think I've done very well controlling my rage over GD. Excitement I don't control at all. Yeah, excitement I have no regrets about choosing not to control, because like can't help it. What's your hardest? Plasma Pulse Finale. And I'm just laughing at the fact that like 4 people have come into my chat and asked that exact same question. I don't blame them at all, because like it's not, especially, you know, and it's kind of on me for putting new hardest in capital letters in the title. But like, you are unironically the 4th person in the last like 2 days, 3 days to have come in the stream just to ask me that, like, very quickly. But no, just for the record, that was all sarcastic. You never have to feel bad about asking me questions. I actually like questions, because unless it's like a really stupid one or something that's like personal, I enjoy being able to interact with people. That's why I stream. Oh, it's in the description. LMAO. Yeah, admittedly, I put, and again, this isn't an indictment of you at all, but I think I put a little bit too much faith into people reading the description. But yeah, like I said early in the stream, when I started playing seriously again in 2018, Plasma Pulse Finale was the second hardest level in the entire game, behind only this. So after beating Plasma Pulse Finale, it made sense for my next new. To me, it made sense for my next new hardest to be the only level to dethrone it. My hardest is Killbot? Hell yeah. Currently jumping, what too? But yeah, Killbot's an awesome hardest. Okay, hopefully it's not like... If I say what if I say what I hope it's not, then that's just gonna be what it is. Just because that's how the universe works. Kinos, okay. Oh, so you're... Isn't that like exactly the jump that Doggy did? So, well, good luck in that case. Yeah, Kinos, I'd say it's pretty. It's basically this, but Scoop in Hell, as I'm sure you've no doubt noticed. So. But yeah, if you're like really good at wave, then I'm sure it won't be too much of a problem. Hey, Curious, what's up? So I am going to turn the Technology Trilogy tier list thing. I'm going to turn that into a video. I just need time to first of all to edit this. First of all, to edit the first Bloodlust progress report, which I will be spending time doing over the next little bit, and then editing a Hypixel Skyblock video. Plus your wave carried, yeah, I figured as much. But not so wave carried, yeah, you're not like, I think his name is Emrek. Like, the like, really good Osu player that is now, that beats Slaughterhouse and is now beating Tidal Wave. Bruh. You haven't beaten Scoop Hell, right? Correct, I have not, and I honestly don't know if I ever will. But like, if you haven't, I mean, to be fair, Nepesta did Scoop and Hell direct after Kinos. He did the much harder one first, so. Yep, of course I remember you. I'm not a goldfish. It is good. It is good to see you again. Unfortunately, I'm really bad at Bloodlust. Yeah, it's like a case-by-case basis. Yes! Alright, there we go. Okay, that's how I expected my first Michigan attempt to go. But, hey, I'll take it, because, like, let me show you. Yeah! I died, and that's just in this session, which I interrupted because of a start position, or not a start position, a level request that I was like, I've already accomplished my goal, so might as well. I died 25 times to the ship at 11 before passing it once. Bloodlust is hard. Yeah, his resume is actually like nuts. Like how can one person just be that good at so many things? I don't understand. Yeah, like that. Death Tracker update is goated. I mean, like, Death Tracker itself is goated, but I think all this update did was just allow you to access it from the level itself. Oh, he's also top rank in Valorant? Jesus Christ. That guy was just born with, like, perfect gaming genetics. Okay, they start with the same letter, okay? Leave me alone. Alright, let's see how this one goes. Yeah, 23. Oh well. Engineer gaming, yeah. I started to play Cabbage tier list, like the Cabbage community progression list. I have heard of that. My goal is to eventually play enough levels there to feel confident going for Flutter Wonder, just because of the guilt I feel from legitimately accidentally completing it 2 years ago. Or, like, I don't know if it was last year or if it was 2 years ago, but, like... So, I was playing it with no-clip accuracy because, like, no-clip accuracy is fun, and Flutter Wonder's a really fun level to do no-clip ac on. But the problem is, that was, like, just after a patch for 2.2. So, Mega Hack had, like, just come back, and not everything was fixed, and for a while, no-clip accuracy, there was no safe mode. So... Yeah, and I only discovered that fact after I had already gotten to the end, so unfortunately now my name shows up on the leaderboards. Why no go at 20 instead of 30? That is actually a very good point. Yeah, I should change go. There we go. Go is now at Michigan, I guess. But once I can, like, comfortably make it to Namtar from 0, I will put it back at 30. Max Grandmaster in CSGO 2? Jesus. Like, is there a game... We need to find a game that Bro is bad at. Bruh. GDDP challenges? Nice. Chess? Chess, is that like, the stalemate levels? If so, good choice. Those levels are awesome. MREC versus Zoink Chess. Bet he can't get 2500 elo. Maybe, although if he is... I mean, like, chess is a different kind of game, I think. Because it's like, it's almost entirely mental. Like, almost all of the quote-unquote action is thinking. And, like, that doesn't make... If he does, I'll give him $2 and a packet of gum. Yeah. But, like, what was I even saying? Like, and I'm not saying that chess isn't a sport, because I believe chess is a sport, although I also believe Jeopardy's a sport, so take that as you will. But, like, it is mostly mental. So, we shall see. I think he could maybe do it. He would have to. It wouldn't come like as naturally, but I think he could absolutely do it. Closer to an esport IMO, I guess. But, like, it still is a sport. Wii games. I love the Wii games. I wish I could, like, make content out of them. Unfortunately, the room that my computer is the room that my computer is in and the room that my TV is in are on opposite sides of the house, so not really an option. Although, to be fair, I don't know how yeah, no, but Jeopardy is a sport in the same way that, like, chess is a sport. Because, like, it's very largely mental, but there's also an added physical component of just, like, having to stand for that long. And, like, that's why most players... Yeah, 67 Wave and Kino says mental hell. Like, I think Nepesta died there, and specifically there, over 100 times. But yeah, like I was saying, like, there's absolutely a mental or a physical aspect to Jeopardy. Just with all of the standing you have to do and all of the... You have to literally think on your feet. And, like, that's why a lot of contestants lose, is just the fatigue gets to them. Unless I get like a miraculous attempt again, 32 is probably gonna be my best for this stream, because I'm planning on ending stream pretty soon. Which, yeah, I know that only streaming for an hour at a time is not good, but what is a good budget keyboard for GD? I'd say the red. I think it's Red Dragon. It should just be the first result for like Red Dragon keyboards. And like I've had this thing basically since I even had the PC in the first place, which is almost 3 years at this point. And the only damage is that the spacebar and mouse don't work, or not mouse, up arrow, spacebar and up arrow only work like 95% of the time. Actually, no, even more than that, like 99% of the time. Like, sometimes they'll just, like, completely void an input. But if that's the only damage, after nearly 3 years of using it, especially using it the way I do for GD, this is pretty good. Alright, this will probably be the last attempt of the stream. Yeah. Michigan UFO. Michigan UFO. That's all I'm gonna say. Also, the bugs are annoying, and I don't mean bugs as in bugs in the level. I mean these little craps. Alright, I'm sorry to end the stream there, especially, you know, with what's unironically close to my record viewer count, but I have other things to do, so I'm gonna end. But first I will count my attempts, so 3716 plus 3473, and this is all to get 48 to 100 and to get 30% from 0 plus 461 plus, and this is the big one, 8009. 15,659 attempts. If nothing else, it's probably the largest attempt count that I've ever had in Progress Report 1. So yeah, and on that note, it's a pretty good stream. I wish I had spent less of it mind blocked at the 11% ship, but you know, it just is a thing. So don't know when the next stream is going to be. It's going to be after I edit the first progress report for this. So it'll probably be in about a week. So hopefully by then I have not lost all my Bloodlust consistency. But if I have, then oh well. So yeah, and next stream I'm probably going to spend most of my time trying to get 38 to 100. Because like, if it seems like that's the best strategy for me at the moment. And plus it'll also get me consistent with 38 to like 48. So yeah, on that note, see ya.